Good evening and Jai Hind. I hope I am properly audible and visible. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I hope I am properly audible and visible to everyone. Good evening. So I welcome you all in this session. I welcome you all in this session of daily current affairs. And yes, you can ask your doubt. Okay, let's start with the doubt. Okay, you can ask your doubt first. We will have one session in the week where we will have doubts only. Okay, so ask your doubt first. You can ask your doubt. Good evening, everyone. Okay, we're asking about time management. Okay, you are in college. Okay, fine. How much time you are getting? How much time you are getting for study after the colleges? Good evening. So how much time you are getting? How much time you are getting after the college? How many of you are college going, or how many of you are still having some other engagements other than the classes? See, yes, of course, it won't be possible for you to attend all the classes. Yes, there is one question that you are not getting the newspaper, and even you are not getting this any other source. So yes, if you are like getting the daily current affairs and the magazine, that will be more than sufficient for you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, so I think you are getting around. See, if you look at your challenge, you are getting around 5 to 6 hours of time. So in that, I cannot say that you can attend all the classes. You can choose it one by one. Last day also, I think I told you in the end of the session also that if you are not getting ample amount of time, if you are not getting sufficient amount of time, what you can do is, like, suppose if you are targeting for 2025, you can extend it for 2026 also. Why? Because you have to attend the college also. You don't have that option. So it's not that if you have not crossed the age limit, I think you are just starting it. So if you have not crossed the age limit, you don't have to worry about it. You can focus on college, give a few hours on daily basis for UPSC preparation. It may be like you are not appearing in 25, you may appear in 26 then. So that is not going to be a challenge. Take one at a time, make a monthly target. Like suppose if you are having a backlog of any subject, do one thing. First, you can continue with the ongoing classes, any one of them. Like suppose if you are having one classes which is ongoing, so you can continue with that. Second thing is, suppose you are having a backlog, so take one of them at a time and then start with it. Take any one of them. In the backlog classes, you have another advantage. You can like watch it at a higher speed also. So in a short period of time, you can cover it. Okay. And yes, this see, if you are going for 26, even if you are giving around 3-4 hours right now, in the next 5 to 6 months, you will be able to cover most of your part of syllabus. Even 3 to 4 hours on daily basis, if you are giving it, since you are already doing it for a long period of time, even if you now give 4 hours per day, then also in 6 months, you will be able to cover those classes. Okay. See, there is one thing. Yes, I get that point. Like sometimes what is happening that when you are reading a subject, like let us say that even now you will have this challenge. For many of you who are going for prelims in 2025, you will face one challenge. Like suppose you have started with polity, maybe you have started your revision with polity, And when you are watching any session, or you are solving any question, or your friend is there, they are solving any question, you will find that they may be solving questions of history or maybe economy. So in that situation, there may be a challenge for you that you may think that no, I have not done that part, I have left out that. So that a challenge will remain there. And what you have to do, you have to understand that he also doesn't know, he or she also doesn't know about polity. Or even if he knows that, you don't have to worry. You are going with your own path, you are going in your own direction. So it is something which should not bother you at all. If you are getting any out of coverage portions, out of coverage questions, like suppose you are reading polity and you got a question of art and culture. So just go through the question, but don't get deviated out due to that. Just think about it that, okay, in the upcoming time, I am going to cover it. Okay, you may write it somewhere that yes, when I am reading that same topic, I will again come through this question and will solve it back again. So yes, this is one challenge which everyone faces. The one who like goes with their own direction, the one who is following their own direction and is continuing with that, then only that person will be able to succeed. Okay, see, let me give you one example. Suppose there are 5 people, they all have to reach this point. Okay, so they all have different directions. They all have different directions. Okay, now suppose that these 5 friends are there, they have to reach this single point. Okay, now A is here and A told B, C, D and E that on this road I am getting like this road is like you are getting all the benefits, people are distributing sweets over here, they are giving you different gifts and everything. Okay, this person is saying that I am getting a lot of juices and all, or I have got a very good vehicle on this road. So everyone will be having some advantage, some disadvantage, but ultimately all of them have to reach this point. Now suppose you are here and you sometimes try to go to the B path, then D path, then B and D. So then you will be there in the middle only, you will not be able to reach here in time. So focus on your own path. There will be hurdles, there will be good in each and every path, but you cannot deviate from your path. You cannot deviate from your path, you cannot deviate from your direction. If you have made your own plan, just stick with it. Do not deviate at all. Go with it only. Believe in yourself, believe in your capacity. Everyone is at the same point. Those who have appeared in the prelims 5 times, those who have appeared in the prelims 0 times, all of them are at the same point. They will get the same question. So never think that those who have cleared the prelims 5 times, they will be at a great advantage and you will be lacking it. No, everyone will be at the same point. Okay, there will be like many of you like in the upcoming times when you are reading, when you are studying your like when you are going for prelims first time, there will be many seniors among you. Okay, there will be very seniors, many such seniors also who will be there around you. Some of them will suggest you have gone through this book, it is not useful, you should be going through that book. Even in April or May, when you are going for examination, someone will suggest that no, this book is useless, you should have gone for the other book, or this test series is not good, you should have gone for other one. This current affairs is not sufficient, you might have gone through the other one. So this is one suggestion which all of you are going to get in the next few months. In this preparation journey, there are more such advisors than the one who are following those advice. Okay, so you will find that gradually you will find many such like people who will be advising you, some of your friends, some of your seniors. So don't get distracted from your path. You have decided it. You have decided to prepare for UPSC examination. You know how to do it. You know how to do it. You know the syllabus. You know the book. Trust on any one book. Always remember one thing. 80 to 90% of the content in all the books, all the magazines are going to be same. 80 to 90% of the content is going to be same in all the books, all the magazines. So you don't have to worry. UPSC, in UPSC prelims, if you have to clear the examination, you need 50%. You don't even need 90%. And I'm telling you that you will be able to solve around 80% of questions by simply reading all those things which you are already having. So do not like get distracted from there. Do not go in different paths. Just follow the one which you are doing. Okay. Then about that, yes, I will come to that portion. Like after this week, I will have that one session that in the next 180 days, what you should be doing. I have already given some tasks to you, all of you, for the month of November. I have already given some tasks to you that in the November month, what you have to do, how you have to cover the NCERTs and everything. So that is one task which I have already given. Okay. For 2026, which month should I start for current affair and newspaper? You can start from January 25. You can start from January 25. Okay. Yes, see, there is one thing like, Disha is saying that whenever I compare myself to other, I get so anxious that I end up with a fever. Yeah, many of you, you have to understand one thing. You don't have to compare with anyone else. You have to compare yourself with yourself only. You have to compare with yourself only. You don't have to compare with other. Make a list of the things. Like if you want to improve on daily basis, just do one thing. Like suppose right now, today is 22nd of November. Okay. So on 22nd of November, suppose that at the end of the day, you have read 10 topics in that particular day. So make a list of that. That okay, today I have read about, let us say, sickle cell disease. Okay. I have read about revolt of 1857. I have read about president rule, or I have read about any such thing. Okay. So let us say that you have read any 10 topics on a particular day. At the end of the day, when you are going to sleep, just make a list of it. Just make a list of that, at what topics you have prepared, what topics you have read on a particular day. Then open your note on the next day. At the end of the day, again compare that last day you have read these things. Now what else you are adding to there? Are you able to revise? Are you able to remember them? Are you able to memorize them? Do it for 10 days. You will have immense confidence in yourself. Plus, many a times you are having this challenge that I am not able to recall, I am not able to revise. So if you do this for 10 days, that what have I done in today's, or what I have done today, if you make a list of this, you will find significant improvement in yourself. But see, this is one thing which we'll have to do on daily basis. And there will be like one challenge in it. There will be one challenge in it. At one day you are making a list, and next day you may think that, okay, let's leave this. Let's not make any list of this. I can give you one simple tool. If you follow that, you will daily make that list. What you have to do is make this list and send it to your parents. Okay. Send it to your parents on daily basis. That okay, today I have studied this part. Okay, talk to them over call. Maybe your parents, or maybe your elder siblings, or anyone who have an impact on you, from whom you are having that fear, So just make a list and tell them on call that from today onwards, for next 30 days, I am going to send you a list of what I have read in today's or in entire day. Then you will never forget to make this list, because now the call will be coming from that side that today you have not sent it. Okay. So send that list once to your parent. That will become a habit, and within 30 days, you will have immense confidence in yourself. Okay. Just make a list of the things which you have read. Then you will also know how much you are really devoting to the study. Okay. So I hope that is clear, that you have to compare with yourself. You don't have to compare with anyone else. Just go by your side. Okay. Send that to Papaji once, and then he will always ask. So you will have to send it daily. And see one thing, like it may seem like quite a orthodox way, or it may seem like why we are doing this, we are ourselves adult. But see, do it for 6 months, you will see the result. Do it for 6 months, this is it, you will get the result. How can we topic this? You can topic this like I didn't get your question. How can we topic this? You can simply mention, like suppose you have read any such topic. If you are reading on a particular day, if you are studying something, suppose you are reading 5 topics of current affairs, or you are reading 5 topics from your static portion. Suppose you have read only about like the social issues in India or anything like that. So make a list of the topic. Everything can be done objectively. Okay. No, regular answer writing is for everyone. Those who are appearing in 25, 26, 27, everyone. Okay. Change the color of board. Is there any issue with this one? Normally there is lesser reflection on the green, so that's why I have used it. I hope it is properly visible. Okay. Now let's come to today's questions. See, today's topic is, one is precedent rule. We are going to discuss about this precedent rule also. We will talk about this Global Alliance Hunger and Poverty, which was launched at G20 of Brazil. Then we will talk about this enhanced female workforce participation in India, and also about Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. So these are the 4 topics. We will try to cover as many as possible. Okay, because see, we have some questions also. Like this one question was there from one of you, that perhaps day before yesterday we have seen this question, that some microorganisms can grow in environment. This question was there. So one of you have asked this, that can tardigrade be an example? Yes, tardigrade is also an example which can survive in extreme conditions. So tardigrade is also one such example which can be surviving in extreme conditions. Okay. So tardigrade is one thing which can even be surviving in a space without such oxygen or water for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay. So tardigrade is also an example. Okay. Last day I have asked you one question, that where do we have the location of Indian seed vault, and I have got only 2 answers. Okay, I have got only 2 answers. Both answers were correct, that of course it is located in Changla in Ladakh. Okay, so yes, Indian seed vault is located in Ladakh. It is considered as the 2nd largest seed vault in the world. I was not simply asking you about this question, there was a context of it. It is the 2nd largest seed vault in the entire world, after that in Norway. Okay. So that is in Changla in Ladakh. Okay. Indian seed vault is there in Ladakh. Okay. Now, coming to today's session, today's questions also. So this is again from March 24. Consider the following. They are called as ghost particles. They have no electrical charge and their mass is also negligible. They are produced during the nuclear reactions in stars. Okay. So which of the following particles are being discussed in the above statements? First option is neutrino, second is antimatter, third is dark matter, and fourth is Higgs boson particle. The question is simply saying that consider the following. They are called as ghost particles. They have no electrical charge and their mass is also negligible. They are produced during the nuclear reactions in stars. So what will be the answer here? Not God particle, ghost particle. I think majority of people are going for option C. Option C, option D. A few answers says option A also. Now, if we look at this question, they are called as neutrinos. Neutrinos are also called as ghost particles because they hardly interact with any other things. Okay, they have been called as ghost particles because they hardly interact with any other matter. Okay, they do not interact with most of the matter. They do not interact with most matter. That's why they have been called as ghost particle. Speed equal to light. Speed almost equal to like light as well. Okay. If we talk about them, they have got no electrical charge and their mass is also negligible. A very little mass or no mass is also there. Okay. They are produced during the nuclear reactions in stars also. Neutrinos are also like released from various neutron stars as well, or when there is supernova event also, then also neutrinos are created. They are considered as one of the most abundant particles in universe. Okay. Considered as most abundant particles. They are considered as most abundant particles. Okay. Dark matter is something, many of you have said option C. Dark matter is something which is having considerable mass. It is having considerable mass. Dark matter is considered as the one responsible behind most of the gravitation in the universe. So it is because of its mass only that it has got this enormous gravity. Okay. This this dark matter, it has got this enormous gravity. It is not produced during the nuclear reactions in stars. It is existing there at the beginning of Big Bang itself. Okay. So dark matter will not be the answer. Antimatter will not be answer. Higgs boson will not be the answer. The answer is neutrinos. Okay. Now, coming to the second question. Consider the following statements with respect to sickle cell disease. The first one is saying it is a genetic disease mostly common among the urban population in India. Stem cell transplant can be used to cure sickle cell disease. Third is saying India has the highest burden of sickle cell disease in the world. Okay. So we have got three statements. How many statements given above are correct? Okay. First one is saying it is a genetic disease mostly common among the urban population in India. India has made a target of elimination of this sickle cell disease by 2000. Elimination of sickle cell disease as public health concern. By 2047. Okay. So in that context, we have this sickle cell disease. What will be the answer? Question number 2. In question number 2, what will be the answer? Some answers are coming as A, option B also. A option, third one is correct. Okay. So some answer as A, majority of answer as B. Okay. Now see this. If we are looking at this question, India has the highest burden of sickle cell disease. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. We have Nigeria. Which is having the highest burden of this sickle cell disease, followed by Democratic Republic of Congo, and then we have India. Okay. So then we have this Nigeria, DRC, and then we have India. Okay. So India has the third largest burden of sickle cell disease in the world. Okay. So this third option here is incorrect. A stem cell transplant can be used to cure sickle cell disease. This one is correct. Stem cell transplant can be one of the methods of treatment of sickle cell disease. Globally, this is one such method which is being used. Hematopoietic stem cell, which is responsible for development of the different type of red blood cells or white blood cells, they can be replaced, and using that we can cure this sickle cell anemia. Okay. So this second option one is correct. Third is saying it is a genetic disease mostly common among the urban population in India. It is also wrong. It is tribal population. It is tribal population where we are having most of the sickle cell disease in India. Okay. So this first option is also incorrect. Second option is correct. Third option is incorrect. Answer will be A. Only one. Okay. Option A may be wrong. Okay. Yeah, this is in tribal people. Now, one more question. Recently, Sakhi app has been launched by ISRO. The objective of this app is to promoting women's safety through satellite and GPS network, helping astronauts in Gaganyaan mission, encouraging women in space technology, showcasing women's achievement in space technology. So what will be the answer here? Question number 3. Sakhi app has been launched by ISRO. The objective of this app is to majority of answer as A. One is from Parmeshwar, option B. Okay. Other people, what will be the correct answer here? Sakhi app by ISRO. I think a majority of answer is coming as option A. A few answer as option B also. One answer as option C as well. Okay. If we look at this question, Sakhi app has been launched for helping the astronauts in Gaganyaan mission. It will be option B here. Okay. It will be option B here, helping astronauts in the Gaganyaan mission. It will help to monitor their vitals. It will help to monitor their vitals like health reports, blood pressure and all other things. Okay. So it is there for helping the astronauts. Okay. Like health indicators and everything. Health indicators of astronauts. So the answer here is option B. The answer here is not option A. Of course, I thought that many of you will be going for women related thing. So I have given 3 options for you related to women. Okay. Now see this. This is one thing which I am telling you. Like if you have got 3 options, 3 topics for today. You have got 3 topics for today. So this is your learning for the day. This is your learning for the day. Think about this. On a daily basis, if you are getting 5 topics also, like 3 topics we have already seen through questions, and even if you have got a few more topics as part of current affairs, your work is done. This is what you have to do on a daily basis. These are the topics which you are learning. Okay. The 3 topics were very much common topics. Okay, this one was rare topic. This one was one of the rare topic, but then this sickle cell anemia, it was a common, or sickle cell disease is a very common topic. You have to learn through it. You have to learn through it. Okay. Then this topic was also very much common. Neutrinos have been there in the news. It is one of the important part of your static also, current also. So if you are reading, like if you are getting 4 or 5 topics on daily basis, this is what I am telling you. This is what you have to learn. This is what you have to learn on daily basis. If you get 5 things on daily basis, then also your work is done. Okay. Democracy in danger. Yes. In questions, democracy always comes in danger. Okay. Now coming to the topic for today. Okay. So like this topic is about imposition of precedent rule in India. Now this is for you. I am opening the entire ground to you. In what condition we have the imposition of precedent rule? This is going to be a very simple topic. I am just asking you one thing. In what conditions there is imposition of precedent rule in any state? What are the articles? What are the conditions? See, I am not like what I am saying is, like suppose in the class itself, I am giving you those part of the topics. Like suppose you are giving 20 or let us say 1 hour on the topics. In this 1 hour itself, I want you to remember these topics. Even if you are not reading something additionally, even if you are just focusing on this part, there also you are learning something. Okay. So in what condition we have imposition of precedent rule? Suspension of state government, Article 356. Okay. Article 356 is there. Anything else? In case of internal or external dispute. See, there is one thing called as national emergency. That is entirely a different thing. Here we are talking about like this. Here we are talking mainly about this part, that in the precedent rule condition. See, if we look at this, what options we have? Like if we talk about this, there is one Article 355. Article 355 says that it is the duty of the union to protect the state from any such disturbances. Okay, any such internal or external disturbances. So this is Article 355, which says that it is union's duty to protect a state from any such disturbance which is coming from outside. Second is Article 365, which says that if there is a failure of constitutional machinery, if there is a failure of constitutional machinery in any such a state, then also precedent rule can be imposed. Okay. Now there is also one part, Article 356. Okay, sorry, Article 356. Where did it go? Okay. We have Article 355 and Article 356. Article 356. So suppose that if there is any such issue in any state, if there is any such issue like internal or external disturbance or any such violation of constitution, then in that condition there can be imposition of the precedent rule under Article 356. Okay, so this Article 356 provides for imposition of precedent rule. This is also providing for imposition of precedent rule. Okay, what is the condition? Two major condition is there. One condition is if there is any such internal or external disturbance, so in that case the precedent rule can be applied or precedent rule can be imposed in that state for maintaining the security and or stability in that order, or for maintaining public and peace order. Okay. So under this part itself, various people are now saying that the Manipur government is not able to ensure the peace over there. It is not able to maintain the public order over there. So some of the people are saying that there can be imposition of president rule within the Manipur. Okay, so that is one demand. There is also one thing, if president rule can be imposed if a state is failing to follow the union's order or union's directive, that union government has given some directive but the state is failing to oblige with that, state is failing to obey that. In that situation also we can have imposition of president rule. Okay, if a state is no, article 356, okay, article 355, article 356 is there, and then we have this article 365. In this case the president rule can be imposed if a state fails to follow the union's direction. So there are three conditions in which it can be imposed. Yeah. So that is one part, article 355, article 365. This is for failure of a state machinery, and this is for protection of the state from any internal or external disturbance. So under these two criteria there can be imposition of the president rule. Under these two criteria there can be imposition of the president rule. Yeah. Now there is one thing, like what is the impact of this? What is the impact of this president rule? Yeah. So what we see, that governor is becoming the head and the assembly is dissolved or suspended. On this you get the question, on this part you get the question also, that what will be the consequences, what will be the consequences of imposition of president rule in a state? Does it automatically leads to dissolution of the assembly or not? Does it automatically leads to dissolution of assembly or not? The thing is, it may be or it may not be also. Okay. That many a times the assembly is not dissolved, only it is suspended for some time. Okay. So it can be dissolved or suspended, not necessarily it is always dissolved. Okay. So this is one part. Second thing is parliament's role. Parliament is basically governing the state and enact laws during this period. Okay. So during this period the laws of that state is going to be made by the parliament. Okay. So this is also one part where they can frame a question, that during the imposition of president rule, who will be making the laws? So the laws in that situation can be made by the parliament. The third thing is public impact. Okay, that is very much common, that there will be limited new policies and existing welfare measures can be delayed also. It may happen as a result of president rule, that some other things which were going, it might get delayed for some time. Okay. So this is one common thing which we see in case of president rule. Okay. Now coming to one major topic which we have to see for today, and that is global alliance against hunger and poverty. See, I am not going in the detail of that editorial, that should there be imposition of president rule in Manipur or not. Why I am not going in that? It is simply one article which is suggesting that there can be why there should be imposition of president rule in Manipur. But this is not something which UPSC will ask from you in the mains examination. First thing is, you will have mains examination 1 year later, and by that time the situation might be quite different in Manipur. Okay. So we don't have to see those temporary matters. We don't have to see those temporary matters, that if there is one article suggesting that there can be president rule in Manipur, we will not go in the argument of that. Okay. So that's why I'm not going in the detail of that editorial, that why or why not there should be a imposition of president rule in Manipur. It is not useful for your mains examination. Okay. Now coming to the second part, global alliance against hunger and poverty. Okay. So this global alliance has been launched by Brazil during its G20 presidency. It has been launched by Brazil during its G20 presidency. Okay. Now what is the objective? To connect the countries with policy and financial resources to combat hunger and poverty, supporting the SDGs. Okay. Now see, this is a very unique alliance. This alliance is very unique. Why it is unique? Let me show you the main part of it. Okay. And then we will come to membership and everything. Okay. This is not a fund. This global alliance is not going to fund anything. It is not going to be funding anything. It is not going to fund any project or anything. Rather than that, it will be like a matchmaking platform. It will be a matchmaking platform for the donors as well as those who are seeking the donation. When suppose a country is seeking some donation or some grants for fighting against poverty, so it is just providing a platform. It is just providing a platform. Like you have many platforms where you do a number of things, like suppose you have to purchase something, you have the e-commerce websites. Okay, if you have to sell something, then also you have many such platforms like OLX and other which are there. So this is like providing a platform where the donors and those who are seeking the donation, they can meet here. Okay, so this is providing a global platform between different things. Okay, so it is like a global platform of matchmaking for donations and those who are seeking the donation. Okay. Right now, if you look at this, it has got 81 countries, including India, 26 international organizations, and various financial and philanthropic entities. Okay. So even those who are looking for giving some donations, those who are philanthropists, they are also part of this global alliance. Okay. This is the Global Alliance Against Hunger and Poverty, launched by Brazil. Okay. So here we have countries also, international organizations also, even the philanthropists who are there, they are also part of this organization. Okay. So now, what will be its role? Acting as a platform, facilitating sharing of successful policies and connecting countries needing support with donors and expertise. So here, what you will see that there will be first sharing of best practices. There will be simply sharing of best practices. Second is like a platform for connecting countries needing the support with donors and expertise. Okay. So connecting donors and experts with those seeking loans. Okay. So this is the part of this global alliance for combating health and for combating hunger. Okay. Now, like it will focus on school meals, cash transfer, farming, etc., etc. So from local level to like national level, it will be looking at these programs like school midday meal skill type schemes, okay, or cash transfer to the people, looking for maternal health. So these will be the areas where this global alliance against hunger and poverty will be looking for. So this is one thing which they can ask in the examination, that what is the role, what is the objective of this, what it will be doing. And this one part is where you have to remember, it is not providing the fund, it is acting as a matchmaker. It is acting as a matchmaker in this global scenario. Okay. That is our second topic. Now, coming to one very good news from India's perspective, that is enhanced participation, enhanced female workforce participation in economic activity. Okay. So it was there last, it was from PIB also, it is from the news article. Okay. So what we see that some data, these data are going to be important from your GS paper 3. Okay. So this is one data which you should be having now. Now you have got the latest data with respect to workforce. So all those data which you were using earlier, that we are having 37% participation or 23% participation, that is something which you can discard now. Now we have got new official data from the government. Okay. So what they are saying, okay, worker population ratio, has increased. This is from 2017 to 2024 official government data. So they are saying worker population ratio have increased from 46.8% to 58.2%. Okay. So we have now got more people in the workforce as compared to our population. So this is one very important part. Earlier, like, majority of the people were in the dependent category. Earlier, majority of the people were there in dependent category. Now 58% of the people are there in earning category. Near about 42% people are in the dependent category. So this is a very good sign for the economy right now, that most of the people are earning members rather than dependent member. Okay. So this is one part. Labor force participation ratio increased from 49.8% to 60%. Okay. So many people who are in that age group where they can work in the labor force, their number is also increasing. Their number is also increasing. So labor force has a different, like, if you see the worker population ratio and labor force, so they have different, like, age group. Labor force participation starts with age group of more than 15 years or above. Okay. So what we see that labor force participation ratio has also increased from 49% to 60%. Okay. Third thing is unemployment rate has dropped from 6% to 2%. Okay. So unemployment ratio has dropped from 6 to 2% from 2017 to 2024. Okay. Then what we see that higher rural female participation, rural female labor force participation rate rose from 24.6% to 47.6%. Okay. So of course this figure is from 2017. We have already seen that by 2021-22 it has increased up to 40% nearly. Okay. So what we see that from 2007 to 2017 to 2024, the number of women, the percentage of women in female labor force has increased from 24.6% to 47.6%. Okay. Worker population ratio doubled from 22% to 40%. Okay. So worker population ratio, if we look at this, it has increased from 22% to 40.3%. Okay. Now we have this new figure that official participation rate of women is now 41.7%. This is the main figure which you have to mostly see. It is the main figure which you have to mostly see, that what is the labor force participation ratio? It is 41.7%. Okay. So this is one main thing which you have to remember from here. Labor force participation ratio is 41.7%. Okay. And unemployment has decreased from 5.6 to 3.2%. Okay. So this is one such thing which you have to remember. I am highlighting it again. This is one figure which you have to use now. Whenever you are writing about labor force participation of women, this is the figure which you are going to use now in case of examination. 41.7%. Earlier you might have seen we were talking about 39%. Now it is 41.7%. Okay. There are other things also. Increase in educated women workers. Increase in educated women worker. What we have seen, postgraduate and above. Like now what we see that around 39.6% women who are postgraduate or above, they are under, like, labor force now. Earlier this percentage was 34.5%. So now more women who have done post graduation or above studies, they are in the workforce. Second thing is higher secondary level. We see that it has increased to 23.9% from 11.4%. Okay. So that in higher secondary level also the number is increasing. And even in primary level education, what we see that 52 50.2% in workforce, up from 24.9%. So in all categories, whether they are primary level educated or higher secondary level or even postgraduate and above, we have seen that there is increase of them in the workforce as compared to the past figures. Okay, so this is one trend which is showing that now we have more participation of women in workforce as compared to 7 years ago. One thing which you have to, the final things which you have to take from here is worker population ratio overall is now 58. It was 58%. Okay, 58.2%. This is the final thing which you all have to take. Labor force participation ratio, this is now 60. This figure goes to 60.1%. Okay, this labor force participation, this goes to 60.1%, and women's labor force participation ratio, it has gone to 41.7% now. Okay, it has gone to 41.7. So these are the three things which you have to keep in mind. You don't have to go into all other data. If you go, that is fine, but minimum this should be there. Minimum this should be there, that overall in country our worker population ratio is now 58.2%. Labor force participation ratio is now 60.1%, and for women it is 41.7%. Okay. Clear? Huh. I have a big doubt. India is the 5th economy, but in the World Hunger Index at 105th position. So what does it mean for India's growth on world level? What about per capita income? See, the hunger index is calculated in a different manner. Hunger index is not about like people are not getting the food. Hunger index is about people are not getting quality food. There is prevalence of various type of nutritional challenges in India, like people are getting normal rice or wheat or other things because that is being distributed. Okay, so what the hunger index shows that it is basically like about malnutrition in India, that huge number of people are suffering from anemia, many number of children are suffering from stunting, wasting and all other things. So hunger index is showing these things. It is not more about affordability of food or accessibility of food. It is about the quality dietary habit, which one is missing in India. That's why we have a poor performance in global hunger index. Okay. Unemployment rate is ever changing. Unemployment rate, that is very ever changing thing. It goes from 6 to 2%, 2 to 4%, 4 to 3%. So that is a continuously changing thing. Okay. But even if you want that, you can show in the answer that yes, from 2017 to 2024, this unemployment rate broadly has come down to 2% from 6%. Okay, clear? So some new data is there which you should note down in your economy related notes. Wherever you are talking about Indian economy, if you have collected some data over there, so use these news data. Okay. Now coming to one more part. So it is about Ranthambore. Can you tell me where do we have this Ranthambore? As well as what about Global Nature Conservation Index? Yeah, in Global Nature Conservation Index also, India has poor performance. Okay. But that Nature Conservation Index, okay, I will talk about this. Let's first talk about this topic, then I will come back to that Nature Conservation Index. Okay. So here we have Ranthambore in Rajasthan. Okay. So it is situated at the intersection of Aravalli Vindhya range in eastern Rajasthan. Okay. Now, if we look at this location, so here we have this Sariska Tiger Reserve. Okay. On this side, we have this Sariska Tiger Reserve. Okay. Here we have Sariska. Then at this point, this is also a new tiger reserve, Dholpur Karoli Tiger Reserve. Sorry, check this name again. Dholpur Karoli Tiger Reserve or something else name is there. So this is also one of the recent tiger reserve. Okay. Yes, Dholpur Karoli, right? Dholpur Karoli Tiger Reserve. Dholpur Karoli Tiger Reserve. This area is now also a tiger reserve. Then we have the third tiger reserve here, Ranthambore. Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. Then what you will find that this area is Mukundra Hill Tiger Reserve. Mukundra Hill Tiger Reserve. And this portion here, it has also been declared as Ramgarh Visdhari Tiger Reserve. Ramgarh Visdhari Tiger Reserve. Okay. So this Rajasthan has got 5 tiger reserves. You will see that it is almost in continuity. It is almost there in continuity. Sariska is there. Now we have got this Dholpur Karoli Tiger Reserve. Then we have Ranthambore over here. Then we have this Ramgarh Visdhari, and here we have the Mukundra Hill Tiger Reserve. So these 5 tiger reserves are there almost in a continuity. So this in this Ranthambore also there is news that there is very less space for survival of tigers as well as the people around here. So there is regular conflict. That's why it is there in the news. Okay. Now, if we talk about this area, okay, it is having this Vindhya Hill. It is having this Vindhya Hills and Aravalli Hills. On the eastern side, we have got the Vindhyan range, and then we have this Aravallis also. The Chambal River is there, which is forming the south boundary, and Banas is there in the north. Okay. So in the upper part of this, in this upper part, here you will find Banas River is there, and on the south side, we have this existence of Chambal River. So Chambal and Banas River are there, which are passing through this Ranthambore. Okay. Banas plus Chambal. Okay. So this is located in Rajasthan now. Okay. If you look at another part, Great Boundary Fault, it is marking the meeting point of this Vindhyan Plateau and Aravalli range. Okay. So at this location, with Delhi region, everything, this part of Great Fault is the line where we have now this entire northern plains. Great Fault is the line where we have now this entire northern plains or the northern India. So it is at that point itself, Ranthambore. It is the starting of this Great Fault line. Okay. So this is our tiger reserve. One more topic. Now, one question was there that what about Global Nature Conservation Index? See, if we talk about nature conservation or environmental index, India will be shown in poor light. There is one single reason. We are the third largest emitter of greenhouse gas. If you don't see it as per our population, then our number is quite huge. But if you compare it with per capita emission, you will find that our emission is quite on lower side. Okay. So to put a pressure on India in many of the environmental index, you will find that India is not performing well. Even though other developed nations, they have polluted more, but they will show themselves in a good light because they want to pressurize developing country, especially India and China. So that is also a lot of politics in the environmental index. Okay. Why India conserving so much tigers? at least we have got one thing and top number. Okay, like India is the leading country in number of tigers here, even in terms of great Indian rhinoceros. Okay, and why we are having so many like initiatives for tiger? Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme. Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme. So if a state government is declaring some area as a tiger reserve, they get some funding from the union government for saving that area. So normally what is happening? They are conserving by their own money. But if they declare it by some extra effort, if they are declaring that area as a tiger reserve, so they will get the help from union government. Okay. I hope it is clear. Yeah, in poverty index, we have ranked 124. But according to Niti Aayog, now only 5% of, sorry, according to Niti Aayog, we have got only 11% of people under poverty, below poverty line, and according to Chief Economic Advisor, the number is as low as 5%. Okay. So different people, different claims. But yes, there are challenges of poverty in India, hunger also. Environment is something which is more political in nature. Okay. Okay, so one thing more. You have not been answering the questions. So there is one question, like I have got only 2 answers for those questions. I have got only 2 answers for that question. Where is the Indian seed vault? So now you have 5 questions. This is Friday. So you have time of Saturday, Sunday. You have 5 questions for you. Hydroxyurea is used for what? The state having highest number of tiger reserve. The state having maximum area under forest cover. Steps by ISRO for space debris management. And types of coffee produced in India. So you have now 5 questions. You have to answer all of that in the comment box. Okay. So I have got only 2 answers. So this is the punishment questions. Like last day I have asked you that where is the seed vault located? I got only 2 answers. Okay. So now this is punishment question. 5 questions which you have to answer in the comment box. Okay. So thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend and we'll meet you again soon in this answer writing session at 7 p.m. Okay. So thank you so much. Take care everyone.